The Nintendo Switch is one of my favorite consoles of all time. The games are amazing and it's just a great console. But which games are the best? Which games did I enjoy the most? Well, find out in this video. These are the top 10 best Switch games. And when I say best, I mean favorite. This is all my opinion. Share your opinion down below. If your favorite game doesn't get ranked high, I'm sorry. Or if it's just not on the list, I may have not played it, or I just don't like it as much as you do. That's all. So, I did make this video a while back called Top 12 Best First Party Switch Games, but that video's editing is bad and my opinions aren't the same. So yeah, this is the definitive top 10, like, in my opinion. So yeah, without further ado, let's just go on to the video. My top 10 favorite Switch games. Okay, so starting off our list at number 10 is Luigis Mansion 3, a very underrated Switch game, and it's just a great game overall. So I think the reason not many people talk about it is because it came out around the time Pokemon Sword and Shield came out, and because that's Pokemon, that game got a lot more like hype and stuff. But Luigi's Mansion 3 is a great game in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. However, for me, the reason it's not any higher is because it was kind of like a one and done deal. Once I finished playing it, I never really went back. Like, the DLC wasn't that great, the online is just okay, and the campaign did drag on a bit, but it was a great game from what the amount the campaign lasted. It was great. I really enjoyed Luigi's Mansion, and I recommend it to everyone. It's an amazing game. Can be a bit tricky at some parts, but it's overall accessible for everyone, and yeah, it's a great game. So, starting off our list at number 10, Luigi's Mansion 3, I think this is a good place to put it. Coming in at number 9 is Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, the only game on this list that I don't own. I promise, I own all the other games, but I played a good amount of this game regardless, and I really enjoyed it. It is the best 2D platformer, and the fact that I don't even own it and I haven't beat it and it's still on this list really says something. It would probably be higher if I actually got to beat the game, but it is an amazing 2D platformer, probably my favorite, better than 2D Mario, and that's really all I have to say about it, because if I owned it, maybe I'd got to play a bit more, maybe it would be higher, but you know, it's a great 2D platformer, and I look forward to actually owning it at some point. But yeah, it had to be on this list regardless because of just how good it is. And it's the best 2D platformer, so yeah, it just had to be on the list. But, so yeah, coming in at number 9 is Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Alright, so coming in at number 8 is Garfield Kart Racing. And the reason Garfield Kart Racing Link's Awakening Edition isn't higher is because, I just like to play it with friends and not always. Oh yeah, totally the wrong script there. So yeah, number 8 is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I love the gameplay of this, definitely one of my favorite Switch games, and it would be higher, but the reason it's not higher is because playing it alone is kind of boring after a while. Like, I just prefer to play this game with friends and family, but I absolutely love playing it with friends and family. It's an amazing game. Mario Kart is a game everyone should have. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is my favorite Mario Kart game, and yeah, I just love Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but it's no Garfield Kart Racing, so screw the game, it's bad. Yeah. At number 7, we have Splatoon 2, which is probably my favorite shooter of all time. Now, back when I made my top 12 best first-party Switch games, I had said Splatoon 2 was the game I'd spend the least amount of time on because I never actually owned it. But now that I own it, I absolutely love it. I've played it a ton, and it is such an addicting game. The story mode, I wish, is a bit less linear in the threequel, but it's a great game. I don't have much flaws. The turf war aspect, absolutely brilliant. And I can't wait for Splatoon 3. So yeah, Splatoon 2 is a great shooter game. I recommend it to everyone, whether you like shooters or not. Okay, so this might be a bit controversial, and many people would put this game in their top 3, if not their favorite. But number 6 for me is gonna be Smash Ultimate, because I just don't enjoy it as much as others. So that doesn't mean I don't love this game. When it first came out, I loved this game to death. It was my second favorite game of all time at that point, and I absolutely loved it. This is the most hype I've ever been for a game, and it was so fun. I loved the game. But after 1 or 2 months, I just kinda got bored of the game. I really got bored of it, and I just didn't enjoy it as much. After the first 40 hours of playing it, but oh my god, I still love this game. It's still really fun. I like playing with friends, but I just don't have that same love for it as much as I did back then. And I find it a bit repetitive sometimes, and I just don't love it as much as others. That doesn't mean I don't love the game. It is still an amazing game, and I respect everyone who puts it in their top 3 or anything. It is certainly deserving of being there. There are just games I enjoyed a bit more than Smash Ultimate, but that doesn't stop the fact that it's an amazing game. That doesn't stop the fact that I enjoyed it a lot too. It's a great game, and I recommend Smash Ultimate to everyone. This is a must-buy. So yeah, I know it's a bit controversial, but number 6 for me is gonna be Smash Ultimate, and yeah. Alright, so kicking it off at our top 5 is Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. So this is a game that I was not too hyped for. Like, I was happy it was a prequel to Breath of the Wild, but I wasn't happy that it was a Warriors game. I just don't like Warriors games that much. But when I played the demo of this game, I changed my opinion completely. I suddenly wanted this game, and then when I finally got it, I absolutely loved it. The story is amazing, the gameplay is really fun, the locations are fantastic. It is an amazing game. It does get a bit repetitive, but it's not that bad. The gameplay is very fluid, and it's just such a great game. And the story, I'm like in the side that actually likes the story. And if you liked Breath of the Wild and you're just an overall Zelda fan, I really recommend Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. It's an amazing game. And yeah, so in our top 5, number 5 is Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Coming in at number 4 is Super Mario Maker 2. This game is like everything I've wanted. I never had a Wii U, so I didn't get to play the original, but I've just always wanted to like build my own Mario levels, and I finally got to do that. And yeah, I just love the amount of options you get. While I'm not the best builder, there are just amazing levels you can play, and the amount of creativity people have, and oh, it's just so good. This game is amazing. There are some trash levels, but the good levels just make up for all the bad levels. Every 5 bad levels you find, you will find 1 good level, and it's just an amazing game. Mario Maker 2 is overall just one of my favorite games of all time. It just brings the like very younger self in me alive, and it's just an amazing game. Mario Maker 2, any Mario fan should get this game. It's a must buy for Mario fans and just gamers, I guess, alone. It's a great game. So, probably the best 3D Mario game of all time, Super Mario Odyssey. While not my favorite 3D Mario game, it certainly is objectively the best one. And it's number 3 on the list. I absolutely love this game. This was another game that I was so excited for, and it lived up to the hype. The amount of replay value and everything is just amazing. It's the type of game anyone can play. The campaign is easy, but the post-game is like very hard, and it's just a brilliant game. And it was number 2 for the longest time until recently a new game came out and kind of dethroned it just by a little bit. And this one could still be number 2. It's just sort of hard between this and my number 2, but I think I'm happy with putting this at 3 and putting the other game at 2. But yeah, I absolutely love Mario Odyssey. It's an amazing game. I recommend it to everyone. I do wish some kingdoms are used a bit better. Like, some of them have missed potential, like Ruin Kingdom and Cloud Kingdom. But overall, it's a great game, and any gamer should play it. It's very accessible, and yeah, if you haven't played Mario Odyssey, go play it right now. Alright, so coming in at number 2 is Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Might be a bit of a surprise to you to see this above Odyssey, but for me personally, while it was hard to decide, I had to say I like 3D World more than Odyssey, and here's why. First of all, let's start off with the level design. It is absolutely creative. No level feels similar to each other, and the level design, the levels, they're just all amazing. And the fact that you can play as multiple characters with each different like movesets, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, is great. And then the co-op, playing online with friends and playing like couch gaming with family and stuff, is just amazing. That was a very fun time. And just overall, I like linear Mario games more than open ones, so I think that's another reason why I like 3D World more. So while I look at it, while I loved Odyssey, I think overall I preferred 3D World a little bit more. Oh yeah, and there's that Bowser's Fury minigame, or whatever. Too linear for my liking. So I already know what number 1 is at this point, but I just want to go over a few honorable mentions. So my first honorable mention is going to be Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now, the reason I'm not putting this on the list is because I've actually never played the game, but if I did, I would definitely include it on my list most likely, so I had to give it an honorable mention. Super Mario Party is another honorable mention, one of my favorite party games. However, it's only a party game. I cannot play it alone. It's very boring alone. But I've played it a ton with family and friends that I had to include it in my honorable mentions because it's such a fun game to play with other people. But it's not fun enough to where I'd put it over any of the other games I mentioned. And the final honorable mention being Super Mario 3D All-Stars. So the games in this are amazing. Galaxy is one of my favorite games of all time. However, as a collection, it just felt very underwhelming. And it was just too underwhelming and too lazy for me to not put it on the list. Like, I enjoyed it. I really liked the collection, but only because it's a collection of good games. But the collection itself was too underwhelming to have a spot on the list. But I had to give it an honorable mention because I love Galaxy. So with all of that out of the way, let's go on to the number 1. And the number 1 is You already know what it is by now, but my number one favorite Switch game of all time is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I know it's very unoriginal to say Breath of the Wild is my favorite Switch game, but I mean, there's no other Switch game that has topped it ever since it released. I've had this game since March 5th, 2017, and I still play it every now and then. Like, even today, it is such a great game. It is an amazing game. Just, the gameplay is awesome, the world is awesome, the story is okay, but the weapons are amazing. It's just, the quests are great. There's just so much I love about this game, and it's the first Zelda game I actually ever beat, and it just holds a special place in my heart for, like, many reasons, cause, yeah, I don't know, I just absolutely love Breath of the Wild. I don't know what to say about it that hasn't already been said. There's just so much crazy stuff you can do in this game, and it's just a phenomenal game. And I'm surprised no game has topped it yet, because this is the first Switch game that I ever got, and it's still my favorite one even today, for some reason. And it's just one of my favorite games of all time overall. It's just such an amazing game. I recommend Breath of the Wild to every human out there. Gamer or not, I recommend this game. It is so good. To all my friends that have a Switch, I'm always recommending Breath of the Wild to them. And yeah, Breath of the Wild is just an amazing game. I don't have much to say that's already been said. I've already spoke about it like a bunch of times in other videos. But Breath of the Wild is an amazing game, and if you haven't played it already, you sure are missing out. So yeah, my number one favorite Switch game of all time is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Not the most original pick for number one, but it's still my number one. I can't help it. I had to choose Breath of the Wild. So what'd you think of my list? Those were my top 10 favorite Switch games of all time. Let me know your list down below. Let me know what you agreed, disagreed on. Is there anything you'd swap in the list? Yeah, you just tell me your opinions. Let me know if you liked my list or not. Give me your top 10, top 5, whatever you want to do. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.